Hey guys, it's Blue. Real quick, I wanted to bring up a couple of things, but first of all, hope you guys like the new format. Sorry I didn't get this out last Monday. I had a lot going on, and at the same time, not too much at the time, really, because I just didn't know what to talk about in the video or really how to get the words out, and I didn't know how to do it without making other people feel like shit. But anyway, I'd like to point out that a friend of mine, Caden, and his girlfriend, 5-month-old Pineapple Jr. over here. But anyway, so they're in need of money, and they're kind of going through a really tough time, and they have a GoFundMe, so I'm going to link that in the description below if you guys could check it out. It'd mean a lot to me and to them as well. I wish that I could do more sometimes to help people. I wish I could do more with my channel. I wish I could help people with my channel. You know what I mean? I mean, if I were rich, it's probably not such a good thing, to be honest. I'd probably just give all the money away to people. I don't know. We'll see about that in like 10 years from now. Maybe I'll be like a millionaire by then. One can dream, I hope. I apologize if I'm looking over in the right direction the entire time. My face cam's over there and I'm recording with my phone, so I hope everything looks pretty good. I also wanted to kind of give a quick update before I start the video. I don't know if you've heard about the Gabby Petito situation. You know, social media sometimes, from the outside, for a complete stranger, it may look like everything's fine, but something I want to say is like 90% of the shit you see on social media is fake. It's fabricated. That's not to say it's all inherently bad or that it's meaningless. I'll give you an example. I'm a photographer, and it's my job to retouch photos that I take for clients and to basically get the final image out to look as great as possible to the person on the other side, to the person who's seeing it for the first time. Naturally, I only post the good pictures that I take on social media, right? I think that's the point I want to hit on, is just don't let the shit you see get to you. If you're someone who's still in school, it's really easy to feel like people have better lives than you and all of that stuff. First of all, I'm 22, and I feel like I'm already behind on so much shit. I have been through a lot of ups and downs because of social media. It has been both the greatest mistake and the worst mistake of my life. You just gotta understand, like, it's okay to take a break sometimes. It's okay to get away from that stuff. I hope this works. So I'm using a video shadow play to record this. Anyway, hey guys, it's Blue. Welcome back to another episode of Mental Health Mondays. Call this part 3, I think. I wanted to upload this last Monday, but I didn't because I had a lot going on, and I just didn't know how to talk about it or really convey my emotions in like a very clear and concise way. One of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about in this video, I think, work, and more specifically trying to relate to people, and even more specifically perhaps a little bit about religion, which is a bit controversial, I know, but I just there's a lot that I wanted to get across. I think we'll start with religion. That's more fun. I know that always starts off pretty well when people talk about this, YouTubers and stuff like that, but no, seriously, I don't like to discuss religion or politics, things like that in my videos, because frankly, I don't give a shit. Try to respect everyone's views and things like that. To give a little bit of context, I had posted something recently expressing my frustration with God. It was very difficult to understand a lot of the things that were happening when I was a kid and why they were happening. So, I've had a very complicated relationship, and I used to be a very big believer. I had a difficult time, and I'd go home after school every day. I think to myself, why me? And why do you let these things happen? Throughout my life, I've kind of went back and forth on it a little bit, but in all fairness, I was also going down kind of this dark path, and then something happened, a series of events happened that really changed my life forever, and so I started kind of believing again. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because recently I said a lot of shit that I felt in the heat of the moment. It's been kind of one of those times again, one of those dark times, I would say. A friend of mine had commented something, and she's very religious, and I respect people of all religions and stuff like that. I always try to. But she kind of went all out, and I couldn't help. And even now, with so much going on and emotions kind of clouding my judgment. I'm not really sure who's in the wrong here, if it's her, if it's me. Essentially was saying that basically like, how dare you question my God, the God that, did this to you, that saved you, or that, such and such. I see those arguments a lot. And, whenever I see people making those arguments, whenever it's not referring to me, I just let them talk, even if I don't necessarily agree with everything. But I feel personally insulted when this person went out of the way to do that. When I was growing up, it was kind of considered like a weakness to talk about your feelings, to express sadness, stuff like that. I was always like belittled and shit. Sometimes I felt like I had to kind of grow up quick for myself, and I had to be this tough, unbreakable machine. And I just think it kind of goes back and kind of reminds me of that time a little bit when I felt like I couldn't talk about shit or question shit. But I think everyone should be able to question their faith, and that should be okay. I think no one should be judged or criticized because they don't believe in the same things. That's something I don't really agree with. So for someone to come along and say, basically treat it like I'm disrespecting them, why is it that, children died of cancer and just all of this shit? Like I really, I need answers, and I want to say real quick, I'm thankful for my friends. I appreciate people who are trying to be there for me and support me. Even people who got their own shit they're dealing with. Naturally, I try to look at things from a different perspective. I try to think maybe I went too far. Religion and whatever you say, even if it's not directly about that person, somehow even just that offends people. And even that kills friendships. It's unfortunate that people take shit so personally, like you can't just be yourself, and express yourself. Which brings me to another issue. Recently, I've been thinking about suicide a lot. And I won't get into all of the details, but it really sucked. And this kind of transitions over to work. So I don't know if anyone can relate out there, but for me, I have an issue where I can't really relate to anyone, but I still try to get to know people and understand them whenever I have the energy to do so. At least yesterday I had said something that I wish I could take back, kinda. I thought, if today was gonna be my last day, I'd at least like people to hear me out, because that's really the whole point I want to make, is that sometimes you don't want to be hurting, you don't want to be in pain anymore, right? But you don't want to throw your life away either. But sometimes it helps to have people to at least be able to say something, and to have people see that, to see you and understand why and what led to that, how it got to that point. And so for work, we have this group discussion type of thing going on. I sat there for hours and I wrote something that wasn't anything too crazy. It was I was just basically trying to inspire people at the same time, while also giving people saying, hey, I'm not okay, because I don't want to just dump all the shit on somebody, because from what I've seen, talking about your mental health and mental illness, unfortunately, the reaction is just really negative, and it makes you not want to talk about it. I posted something, and I was just trying to give advice, things I've learned along the way, and just kind of feeling down and all that shit. And I spent all this time writing that. After a couple people had seen it, the manager, he deleted that. So nobody else could see that. And I don't know, maybe it was coming from a good place, maybe he meant it in a good way. But no, that goes to show my point, though, is that people don't want to fucking listen. A lot of people, unfortunately, preach about mental health until it affects them negatively, because then you tell somebody how you're feeling, and maybe you don't even necessarily do that, but then even just that can upset people, and it makes you're already at that low point. You can't help but think about how society is just full of hypocrites, people that preach something but don't really live by it. It's kind of like, and this is just something I thought of. But it's like nobody cares whose dog shits on whose lawn until it's your lawn, right? And the people who do listen can't help you. And I think that's part of the reason why it's so difficult to get help, you know? I've had a lot of really low points, you know? I was lucky to have someone there I was lucky that people noticed where I was going when I was a kid, this path that I was on, and took me out of it. And I guess I just want to be that person for other people, you know? That's the whole point of these videos. I don't believe in therapy and all that shit. I've had a lot of bad experience with therapy. The good thing I will say is that, you know, by seeing one, it might help some people. It does. And they do have access to resources that can also help you. You've seen my previous video, you know kind of why I don't really like it so much. Sometimes it just, what helps a person, you don't gotta drop everything to save them, but just listening helps. And I hope I'm not trying to like put anyone down with this video, but there was this person who I met a long time ago on social media. She seemed like a genuinely decent person, and we got to talking for a little while. She would talk to me about some really deep, some really personal shit. What happened is that we kind of stopped talking for a little while, or maybe I couldn't reach out to her. She probably had her own shit going on too. But I was going through a difficult time, and you know, I spent all this time listening and just trying to offer emotional support and things like that. And when it came to me having issues, she said something to me that unfortunately I can't forget, but is also not necessarily a bad thing, but it's the way it came about that kind of hurt me. Anyway, so she, I reached out to her, I sent her a text, and she was like, "You can't expect people to save you all the time." I thought that was interesting because sometimes maybe that's what we do when we need help, right? But we don't even realize it. You can't expect people to save you or help you all the time. The reason why this really got to me at the time, she had ghosted me completely. I don't know how I would have given somebody this impression before. You reach out to someone, your intention is just to ask them how they're doing or what, you know, what's up with them. Sometimes people ask, you know, how you're doing back, and unfortunately for me, I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't want to get other people down. And sometimes I have to be careful when I ask people how they're doing because I know they're going to expect a response. I had someone else ghost me just because I didn't respond to their message. When I responded, it was out of confusion and frustration a little bit. I either misinterpreted what they were saying, and then they went on a whole rant and fucking made me feel like a terrible person. Anyway, yeah, I guess the moral of that story is social media sucks, but also, you know, don't expect people to help you all the time because people won't. I think what I'm trying to say is just don't let shit like that get to you, and even the bad experiences you have with people can teach you something, even if those people are total dickheads. But yeah, you know, it's really been tough for me. The last couple of days have been pretty chaotic. Not really sure how to end this video on a positive note. I didn't want to put out a video. I didn't want to say anything that could further offend somebody. You know, here I am still just trying to be there for people, lift people up, even in my worst moments. I feel like absolute fucking shit sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I really wanted to put out another video, but honestly, I just haven't felt like it. There's a couple of things I want to do, but I haven't felt like playing video games lately. I haven't really found anything that's caught my interest. You know, it's been kind of rough, but I just want everyone to know out there that, you know, you're not alone, I guess. And if you want to talk, I'm here. For me, it helps to talk to people who can relate, who got similar issues going on. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But anyway, but yeah, you know, if you need anything, I'm here, and I do hope these videos help you. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.